that brings us to you, actually.
Yes.
So, you got started at the Heights as a player back in, I think it was 91, you said?
Yeah.
And played till 94.
Yes.
Then you went to, I believe, St. Mary's College in Southern Maryland.
Yes.
Played ball there.
Yes.
So, and how'd you get back at the Heights?
Well, funny, back when, I guess '98 when I graduated school, it was, the job market, I mean, it's lousy now, but it was, I remember thinking it was lousy then. My friends who got jobs right out of college were usually in the tech type fields. They were computer type guys. And I had my history major, medieval history major, and that wasn't really wooing potential employers. Luckily, I ran into Rich McPherson, who was then the headmaster. And Rich was my basketball coach, math teacher when I was here. And, he basically told me that he needed a fourth grade math teacher. And it was never something I really envisioned myself doing, but it went from there. I needed a job and was hired. And, I've been teaching ever since. Now, baseball-wise, I was the JV coach that year. We had not had a JV for a number of years. And the coach at the time, a guy by the name of Matt Berry, wanted to bring back a JV, and he hired me to be the coach. And so that worked out nicely. And man, my first JV team, we were something like 4-7. We were just the pits, but it was good. I look back on that time fondly. It was, we have more players now than we did then. But no, I look back on that time sort of fondly.
And you're cut kind of from the Al Batista mold. You said you used some of his drills and stuff like that. So, and Al has the small ball, old school, put the ball in play with 2 strikes molds. Is that your type of philosophy?
Yeah, I would say I steer maybe a little bit more away from. I'm not as aggressive as Al was. Al was a hair more aggressive when it comes to the bunting and the stealing than I was. I do sort of focus some towards the big innings. But yeah, for the most part, I would say that, my philosophy is essentially his, maybe with mild adaptations. There isn't, much I disagree with him on per se. I don't, I just think we're a little bit different in some ways, and that comes out in different baseball strategies and such. But as far as, yeah, I mean, it's basically his, just the getting out. That's Al. I mean, that's Al talking to you guys just now through me. The pickoff plays, running them over and over and over. That's Al. But yeah, I'm certainly cut from the same cloth, sort of philosophically. A focus on the execution, that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, Al's worked and yours is working because you guys won the Wood Bat Classic this year, the first annual.
Oh yeah, the wood bat. Another long story. I'll try to make short. I've been trying to get wood bat type things going for years. What I realized this year was I was trying to do it during the spring, and no one wants to go out of their no one wants too much of a deviation from the norm during the traditional season. So with the wood bat, I figured if I had to do it was during the fall. And I knew, we had a couple of people. This year, we originally were scheduled to have Avalon, McNamara, and Goretti. And Goretti, I want to say, bailed 6 weeks in advance. And I was unable to find a replacement. It's hard in the fall because people's schedules are so set. So it was us, Avalon, and McNamara. And we ended up beating Avalon, or McNamara, then Avalon, and winning the thing. So, yeah, we won the first Wood Bat Classic. I guess it was Jack Linehan recorded the first win, Jack Linehan Jr. Kyle McCauley, another junior, was the MVP. George Koutras was named to the all-tournament team. And there were some other solid performers. I guess Luke McCabe got that second win. In the clincher against Avalon. But yeah, wood bats, I think it was a good event. I'd like to see it grow. we'll see about that, but I think the fact that we had it, it was a good event, the weather was beautiful. You know, everything worked out well, and we got, you know, a lot of guys contributed, so it was a really good 2 days.
So is this round robin tournament going to hopefully continue for the years to come? Maybe
Yeah.
with different members though?
I hope so. I would say, you know, Avalon and McNamara are, you know, are of course, everyone's invited back. I think that they're a good fit, and yeah, we're gonna try to grow it. I don't know who yet. That's kind of a summer project, but yes, I would like to see it grow to 4, maybe even 8, and you know, maybe make it more of a tournament. Maybe make it a 2-weekend type event. Just anything where the guys are playing baseball in the fall, and I think with the wood bats, you know, it really helps their hitting, because with wood bats, you have to hit the ball clean. You can't, there's no, you know, dink off the end of the bat hit. If you get it on the handle or you get it off the end of the bat, that bat breaks. So I think it really helps our guys with the hitting.
So yeah, the Heights won game 1 against McNamara 4-2 and beat Avalon in the semi-championship game 9-2.
Right.
Well, it wasn't really a championship with it being round robin, but the following weekend, or I believe 2 weeks after, you had the first annual Gray White Classic. Tell us about that.
Yes, the gray-white. Well, for those listening out there, our numbers have grown significantly. In fact, at least in terms of volume, numbers of players participating, we're probably as strong as we've ever been. I want to say there may be 35 players total, you know, in the high school program. So I figured this was sort of the first year where we could have had an intra-team competition and it be competitive. And I divided the roster, gray and white, a gray team, a white team. And I think they were pretty balanced. You know, the results bear that out. And they played a best-of-3 series. The gray team won the game 1 handily. They won 8-1. White came back in game 2 and won an extra inning 5-4 game. And then in the third and final game, White won 6-4. So it was good. It was a good series. What I like about it is the competition it brings out. We did a similar thing at St. Mary's, and I remember I was the captain of one of the teams, and my roommate at the time was the captain of the other. And it was a bit of an icy week. But I think the competition amongst sort of peers and teammates kind of, it brings out the best in some people. They want to especially do well, you know, amongst their teammates.
Mhm.
So it was a good thing. Nolan Kime, who I mentioned earlier, was the MVP of the tournament for the white team. I guess also all tournament honors were Matt McCreary, a freshman for the white, Michael Buono for the white, and I guess Will Marvin got it for the gray. Will Marvin has I believe a series record 5 hits, the all-time hits leader in the Gray-White Classic.
So next year, will Marvin be on the gray team? I mean, are the teams set?
Yes.
And, okay.
Yeah. Well, that's something we're going to have to figure out. But yes, if you're a gray, you're a gray forever, and if you're a white forever. And at least that's going to be the basic intention. So yeah, that's yeah, you're a gray or a white forever.
All right. Well, that's it. Pretty much sums up the fall. So for this winter, do you have workouts plans, things like that?
I talked with Dan Lively the other day. I should have a definitive schedule soon. The players might not like this. It's probably going to be in the mornings before school. It's the one time we get the gym. I should say we get the gym, we get the weight room without competitors. And you know, gets it out of the way early. Get the rest of the day to do other things. So we'll have a definitive schedule probably next week, but it's looking like the primary team stuff will be sometime early. Yes.
Get the juices flowing in the morning.
Get the juices flowing, yes, sir.
All right. So then in February, late February, comes
Yeah.
up the annual trip to Florida. That's been going on, I believe, every year since 1996. It's been going to the same location, Cocoa Beach.
Yes.
Cocoa Expo in the heart of Florida.
Yep.
What's the deal with Florida?